Okay. Alright, guys. Finally figured this thing out. Let's see how this goes, shall we? Alright. If there's anybody watching right now, I don't know if there is. Uh, Y'all find this anyway eventually. I'm just trying out streaming for a little bit here. We're going to be ranking live some car brands. I've already done a video like this, but I think my opinions have actually changed a little bit. So we're going to be going over all this stuff real quick. But, you know, if y'all are watching, please leave a chat, take a look at it, and let me know how you feel about the content, guys. Maybe this will be a normal, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So we're going to start with Fiat. Fiat, as always, is an F for me. I'm not into Fiat absolutely whatsoever. Fiat sucks. I think Fiat is generally one of the worst auto brands on earth. I wouldn't say it's the worst. I think there's some on this list that are actually worse than Fiat, but I just can't stand Fiat. I think they're absolutely just horrifically terrible. I'm not. How do I adjust that? Okay. I think it's just absolutely terrible. Fiat, they make no good cars. I know the Fiat 500 Abarth is kind of cool. I could see that as being kind of a cool car. I know where I used to live in an old apartment, there was a guy who had a Fiat Abarth. I actually thought it was pretty cool. I wasn't hating on that at all. But we're going to be moving on from Fiat. Alfa Romeo, essentially a Fiat. Alfa Romeo, I'm going to put at an A. If we were just going off of the way the logos look, I'd put it at S, but we're not going off of that. I think Alfa Romeo at A is pretty fair. Hey, MRT Brickster, Jeff 075. What's going on, guys? What do you think of the 124 Spider? I don't really have an opinion on it. Let's go into Acura. I'll get back to you on that, Mr. Jeff. I'm going to have to think about that. Acura. So Acura to me is an S tier. I've never hated Acura. I've never had any issues with it. In the past, I'd put them at B or A. But after taking a look at more of their sports cars and just their overall history, I'm not just ranking these cars as of now. I think I'm taking into consideration a lot of the history behind these brands. And for me, honestly, Acura is an S tier. Essentially, they are Honda. It's just a Honda with fancy leather, better suspension. But the Acura Type S is just so freaking awesome. The Acura Integra Type S. The TLX Type S is incredible too. I just think Acura makes really, really cool sporty cars. I really hope they don't discontinue the Integra Type S. I think they're just a positive for the car community. Just having an even cooler, in my opinion, Type R. I think the Integra Type S is way cooler than the Type R. It's just personal preference at the end of the day. But yeah, Acura is awesome. Of course, the NSX. I mean, if you make the NSX in general, even if it was a freaking BMW, and we all know how I feel about BMW, even if it was them, I'd put them at freaking S tier. So, Acura S tier for me. I wish I could make another section. Citroen, I'm put them at F. I have no opinion on them. I'm American. I got no opinion on these guys. Probably getting flamed for the way I said that. Chevy, I'm gonna put at uh, I'm gonna put it Chevy at B. Um, Alpha is unreliable. Yeah, I mean, okay, so Alpha's kind of unreliable. MRT Brickster. I wouldn't say it's the most unreliable thing on Earth. I mean, look at it this way. This is how I look at this is how I look at Alpha reliability. It's like I almost bought an Alfa Romeo Giulia like a year and a half ago. And I mean, I was this close to buying that car. To me, they're the best looking sedans on earth right now. Um, the thing that scared me about them was their electrical issues because Dodges aren't the most unreliable American brand. And I understand, I'm talking about Stellantis here. I actually think Stellantis is hampered a lot by their I think they're hampered a lot by their electrical issues. I've read there are battery issues in the Alfa Romeos that are just nightmarish, and I have not seen any complaints from modern Alfa Romeos on like engine reliability or anything like that, or anything around the engine. I've just heard that they're nightmares to maintain electrically, and electrical issues are a huge red flag for me. So if Stellantis just fixed their electrical issues, I honestly think Stellantis reliability wouldn't be as bad as it is. Um, Chevy is garbage now. Yeah, I agree with that. How would you rate them if you didn't actually try them? Uh, well, viewer, I don't know about you, but I have not driven every single car ever made. I mean, technically, in theory, you are correct. I couldn't review it until I've driven every Acura, Alfa, Chevy, Fiat, Citroen, Volkswagen. But hey, this is a video. It's just a live stream, man. Chevy is garbage. I absolutely agree. I think once they got rid of the Camaro, Chevy kind of fell off for me. And actually, after they got rid of their cars, their sedans, their little hatchbacks, I've always really, really liked Chevy sedans. I don't know why. It's just something about me that I've always really been into them. Um, there's just something about them that I really, really like. And I mean, what is there not to say about the Camaro that hasn't already been said? I mean, I think it's one of the biggest mistakes that Chevy's going to make in the long run. I'm not a Corvette guy. I never will be. It's just a kind of car that I'm not into. Um, it's the people that like Chevys that kind of not Chevys, excuse me, Corvettes that kind of ruin it for me because I know a couple guys that love Chevrolet Corvettes, and I think they're just the biggest douches on earth. So I'm not a huge fan of vets. And that's really the only thing that Chevy has these days. That's the only reason why they're relevant. So I'm going to put them at B. I mean, if you gave me a C8 for free, I wouldn't mind it. Like, I wouldn't be throwing a fit at all if you gave me a C8 for free. But, yeah, Chevy's B. No, not worth it. VW. I'm putting VW at a solid D tier. Oh, Volkswagen. You know, if we're really thinking of this in a meta sense, technically, if I hated Volkswagen, I should also hate Audi and Lamborghini. But because at the end of the day, those brands are just VWs. But we're not. I'm not getting that meta with things here. Volkswagen is a D. They're unreliable. Most of them are ugly. I don't think their sports cars sound very good, and I think their diesel engines are really overrated by the community. I do think the Golf R is pretty sick. I would take Golf R over a Type R just because I know I just said they sound terrible, but I think a Golf R sounds a tad bit better than a Type R because I've never really loved the way that Honda inline fours sound. I think they just sound kind of crappy. Um, I mean, they're okay. Volkswagen's alright. It's just such a meh for me. I will never own one. I don't understand why people buy them, especially in America. And by the way, when all these things I'm saying about these car brands is for me, an American, and my opinion as American on these cars. They're unreliable. They're crappy. Their sports cars don't sound very good. I don't think they look very nice. Their interiors feel really cheap. I'm just not a fan of VW at all. All right. I wish Chevy kept the Camaro for longer. I agree. Oh yeah, their trucks are garbage. They're absolutely garbage. I absolutely agree with that. I think Chevy trucks are pieces of junk now. And I know they had all those issues with transmissions in the past. I get it. I know. But I mean, I'll tell you a story. This is why I'll never own a Chevrolet truck. At least they're quarter tons. Uh, my uncle, I think he owned a 1500 Silverado, brand new, and one day everything just stopped working in it, and he took it to the dealer, and they said it had such bad electrical damage in the truck that they had only ever seen that level of damage from a vehicle getting struck by lightning. And they said, we don't know what caused it. He said the truck didn't get struck by lightning. It's just Chevys are pieces of junk. I'll never buy one. Same with GMC, the gay man Chevy. Yeah. Oldsmobile, I guess D. I don't have an opinion on them. They haven't existed in a long time. Honda. Oh, Honda. I own a Honda. I love Honda, but... Oh, Honda, where do I put you? You've been the headlines lately. I'm going to put Honda in A tier. Before the Prelude fiasco, I would have put them in S tier, but that's going to bump them down to A for me today. Oh, Honda. Honda, overall, from the past to now, has made the best Japanese sports cars, in my opinion. Up until the past, up until 2015, and I think after that, it was kind of done for me as being the best. In the past, Honda made the best sports cars, the best handling sports cars, the best sounding, some of the best sounding Japanese sports cars. I mean, I'm preface this by saying all Japanese sports cars in this conversation here. They made just the best Japanese everything. And they looked the best. I mean, 90s Civics, hatchbacks, oh my gosh. My dad used to own one of those. He owned one of a sedan, but good lord, that'd be worth a lot of money today. But Honda, I mean, I don't think Honda is evolving at all in the way it should be, in the way that brands like Toyota is evolving to the times and making sports cars that people want. They're still putting manuals in their sports cars. I understand the Type R and the SI have manuals, but Honda got rid of the manual in the Civic. That's been a tradition for Honda forever, and for some reason they just don't do it anymore. And I'm sorry, I can't put that kind of a brand in S tier. They completely botched the entire Prelude situation. I just did a video that got 20k views off of that, and thank you for watching that, by the way. The Prelude fiasco has really shown me that Honda doesn't understand what their consumer base wants and what Americans want in general. I understand that the Prelude is probably going to be successful in Japan. I understand that. I've seen that all over the internet. I'm guessing that's what their culture likes. Boring cars, I don't know. But, yeah, man. Honda just, they're not adapting with the times. They don't know what people want. And I hope the next Type R, if there is a next Type R, I hope that it gets a major horsepower boost, at least 50, because the Golf R kind of steals the Type R's lunch. That's all I'm going to say, guys. Ferrari, easy S tier. I mean, I don't... excuse me. Easy S tier. I don't have to explain Ferrari being an S tier at all. Why would I? That's going to waste of time. I think that Ferrari is the greatest car manufacturer of all time. They have the history, the racing, and I'm not even into racing like that, but they have that history. They are probably the most recognizable car brand in the world. If you went to some kid in Somalia and showed him a picture of a Ferrari, he'd say Ferrari. So that's kind of what I'm getting at here. I mean, the 458 Italia, in my opinion, is the greatest car ever made. The best sounding car ever made, the best looking car ever made. And if you make the 458 Italia, I'm just putting you in S tier. I'm sorry. Ferrari's awesome. I love Ferrari, and I do think that modern Ferrari is not as bad as people make him out to be. I think the F80 looks awesome. That's just my opinion. I think the black stripe around the headlights actually looks pretty cool to me. I think it adds dimension. Let's look at the chat. Exactly same opinion. Wait a sec. Why is Saline in F? I don't really have an opinion on him, Jeff. The Accord Lily has a 1.5. Yes, my best friend owns one. It's awesome. What hell is that engine? My Civic has a 1.5 turbo. It's actually a pretty cool engine. Naceros. Don't hate on the 1.5. I respect the 1.5 a lot. You can get a lot of horsepower out of those. It's just whatever transmission's in it is going to really hamper that. I don't mind the 1.5. I don't think it sounds as good as I'd like it to be, but the 2.0 turbo was sick. Yep. They put those in Accords. My buddy Zach, my best friend Zach, he has he put a bigger turbo in his 2.0 turbo Accord. That thing is freaking fast. Not your aspirated 2.5. I respect it. I don't think you'll ever see Honda put a naturally aspirated engine in their sport cars ever again. Because for some reason, Honda won't make their engines bigger. And they have to put turbos in them. So, I don't know. Their engines get smaller with turbos. Honda today is doing bad decisions, especially when they sell Prelude 4-cylinder. Yep. Yep, I agree, guys. Okay. Moving on. I don't have much opinion on these guys. Hennessy. As a Texan, I'm going to put Hennessy in S. If you guys don't know, maybe I shouldn't dox myself like this, but I live in Houston. I live in Cypress, to be exact. I am a proud Texan. Hennessy is down I-10 around 30 minutes away from me. They're the Hennessy factory and the test track. Whenever you're going out to West Texas, for me, I see it every time. Hennessy's awesome. Kind of like a homegrown favorite here. Hennessy's really cool. I've had the opportunity to see a couple of the Hennessy cars, like the Exorcist, at car shows, a car show here in Houston at the Post. My opinion, one of the better car shows in America, monthly. Hennessy brought a couple of their cars out, and they're just awesome. Like, those things are metal. Renault, apparently I don't say this how I'm supposed to, but I don't really care. D, it's Euro. I don't have an opinion on them. I will say, I did for some reason research them in a video maybe I was in 2024. I forget it's 2026. That's crazy. I don't hate their modern designs. I think they look very Euro. Like, it's really out there, but I kind of like it. Plymouth, C, I guess. I don't know much about Plymouth. Rolls. Okay. So Rolls is interesting for me. Rolls-Royce is really interesting for me because I see Rolls-Royces a lot here in Houston. Houston is a pretty wealthy city. I see Rolls a lot. Rolls-Royce is that kind of brand where I wouldn't say they're cool, but they're really neat to see. Like, if I ever had the money to buy a Rolls-Royce, I would not buy a Rolls-Royce. I would probably get a Maybach. That's just me personally. I don't think they're sporty enough, and I understand Rolls-Royce is not meant to be sporty. A Rolls Royce is meant to be a luxury floating. It's supposed to be like you're on a cloud riding in air, and that's not the kind of cars I'm interested in. But I'm gonna put Rolls Royce in A. Seeing one is cool. I love riding one. Mazda's a quick S for me. Mazda is, my opinion, the best Japanese car maker right now, currently, as I'm speaking. They have found a way to, in the way that Honda is not evolving, Mazda is. Mazda is, in my opinion, makes the best looking SUVs in the world. I know the Mazda 3 hatchback gets a lot of hate visually. I don't know why. I think they're gorgeous. They look so luxurious, and that's what Mazda really has done, is they've turned into a proto luxury brand, and I think it's working quite well for them. Every Mazda I've been in, and I almost bought a Mazda 3 Turbo 2 years ago. It was beautiful. It had the best sound system I've ever heard in a car. Mazda is really on the trajectory of making like when my girlfriend and I get married, I want her to get a Mazda. They're reliable, they're beautiful, they're comfortable, they're elegant. I just think anything that you would want is in a Mazda. And the Mazda 3 Turbo is a great car. It's fast, it's zippy. I drove it. 250 horsepower doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 50 horsepower less than a freaking Type R, or 60 horsepower less. And you can tune that, trust me. You could probably... And they have automatic transmissions. They have traditional automatic transmissions. And that's something that you don't see anymore. There aren't CVTs in Mazdas. And they still sell naturally aspirated engines. They have traditional automatics. And that's cool. They still put a manual in the Miata, even though the Miata is god-awful ugly. Only a mother could love it. Mazda gets their consumer base, and they're leveling up their consumer base. They're marketing themselves towards people that want fancier cars. And by the way, they're putting inline sixes in their SUVs. That's a W for me. Mazda's S tier. In their past, I mean, come on. The Mazda Speed 3, it's an awesome car for me. I had a buddy of mine saying it was slow. I'm like, dude, just chill. Infiniti. Put Infiniti in C. If this was 10 years ago, I'd put Infiniti in B or A. Infiniti is a real... Infiniti's a byproduct of terrible management and reliability issues. Usually, what I've found is that the average consumer, when they see a Lexus, doesn't think of a Toyota. And when they see an Acura, they don't think of a Honda. But for Infiniti, they think of Nissan, which is very, very perplexing. And Nissan's reputation is so bad. The 2010s were so bad for Nissan that all of the hype around Infiniti that was there originally just completely evaporated. Like, and it's not just transmissions that were Nissan's problem. There were not CVTs with the Infinitis. Where Infiniti struggled was in engines. These engines that were in these Infinitis were terrible. They were pieces of junk. In these VQs, they were garbage. They were terrible engines. They're very capable. They're very fast. I've always said this about Nissan. Nissan has always made some of the best sports car engines. But they're pieces of junk, and I'm sorry. Infiniti design is really cool. I like it, but they're just pieces of junk. I will never buy an Infiniti. Never. I do think it would be cool if they made a GTR Infiniti. I think that would sell really well. Ram truck. Let's put Ram in C, I guess. You know what? We're swapping Chevy to C and Ram to B. As an American, as a proud Texan, you see Rams every other second. Every other pickup truck you see is going to be a Ram. I really like Ram. I think Dodge Ram is a cool looking trucks. They're big, they're obnoxious, they're stupid, they got big headlights, they're bright headlights. But you know what? I like it. Can I just have some can I have a guilty pleasure in life? I don't mind Ram at all. I think they make some of the more brawny trucks in America, and I really like it. Let's check in the chat. Let's see. Okay. Speed Dude underscore performance says is a certified Honda Glazer trademark. Honda should be S. Not today. Maybe 5 years ago they would be. I mean, I don't know, man. You could love whatever you want, bro. Like, I love my Civic. I absolutely adore it. I've always liked Honda. Putting them A is not a bad thing. I just don't think they're S material. Message retracted. Okay. Your mic is echoing now? I'll try to fix it. I think the Mazda 3 is the best looking hatchback. I agree. The same people who hate the Mazda 3 hatch probably like the looks of the G80. Oof. I agree with you. I absolutely agree. I think the same people who do hate the Mazda 3 hatch probably do like the look of the G80. We'll get to the G80 eventually, my friend. Don't you worry. You know me well. And more reliable. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Japanese car brand. Yes, yes, yes. Infiniti only makes SUVs. Today they do. Yeah, back then they used to not. Trust me, we all don't know their lineup. Yeah, bro, I don't know Infiniti's lineup, man. Chrysler only makes minivans. Yeah. We'll get into Chrysler. Don't worry, friend. Kia. Y'all are not ready for my Kia take. I think Kia is an A car brand. I think Kia is a company that has figured out how to fix their problems. And what was Kia's biggest problem? Well, two biggest problems: reliability and image. Kia figured out how to perfect the budget car. In the way that Nissan used to be that company, I think Kia became that market cheap car for especially America. You see so many Kias these and Hondas. You see so many of them in America. They look gorgeous. I love Korean car design language. I think Genesis makes some of the better looking modern luxury cars, and Kia's no different. I think Kia's gorgeous. I think their cars are great looking. Their build quality is crap, but it's a cheap car. You can get a new Kia sedan for $23,000. That's a deal. That's a good car in my opinion. They still haven't hampered out all of the reliability issues, but they've definitely gotten better. I don't know what somebody in chat let me know. I don't know how good their transmissions are. They probably use CVTs, but I've never heard anything about Kia transmissions. So, oh, y'all aren't ready for my Maserati take. I think Maserati's an S tier car brand. My guilty pleasure is I think I just like Stellantis cars. I would never own one. Maybe I'd own a Dodge. Maserati is my guilty pleasure. I freaking love Maserati. My grandpa's neighbor has a Maserati. I think it's just... Their cars are so pretty. I mean, in some ways, I think they're prettier than Ferraris. I freaking love Maseratis. There's just something about Maseratis to me. They sound awesome. Damn dog came in. Be right back. Oh. All right, sorry about that, guys. Where I was going, Maserati. I think they look gorgeous. They sound awesome. You know the meme, Ferrari engines, but I mean they're not wrong. They sound awesome. They look great. The reliability is garbage. I know the reliability is trash. I get it, everybody. The reliability is just terrible. Now I've heard online in forums, YouTube, it's getting a little bit better. Not by a lot, but by a hair. And they must have a deal with God. Bro, what? What's going on, man? Did y'all see that? What the hell was that? I don't know if I just tried to get hacked or something. I don't know, man. But anyway. Okay. That was bizarre. Y'all saw that, right? The hell was that? Okay. Yeah. Maserati's getting better. I don't know. It's by the grace of God. They must have a deal with the devil. But I don't know how Maserati still exists. I don't understand it. I don't even think Euros buy Maseratis. I don't get it. They don't sell any cars, but they're still in America, and damn it, I respect them for it. I put them in S. I love Maseratis. Porsche, easy S. Now, if you guys have watched my content, if you go back to my videos from 2024, I talk some trash on Porsche. And I'm not calling it Porsche. That's so douchey. I know that's how it sounds, but I'm saying Porsche. I used to talk mad trash on Porsche. I used to talk a lot of crap on these guys. I don't even have Norton. I don't know why that put it on there. Sorry. I talked mad trash on Porsche because I didn't get it. I didn't get Porsche. I didn't get their hype. I didn't understand why they're cool or why people like them. And after being at a car show and being next to a Cayman GTS, I got it. I kind of realized why it's so cool. They're small sports cars that are reliable, that look beautiful, sound like a symphony. Even the Boxer 4s sound like a symphony. They handle well, and you either have a choice from the best automatic transmission in the world, in the PDK, or you have the manual. And I got it. I thought, oh, I've been missing out on Porsche. And I get it. My first sports car I purchase will be a Cayman GTS. I adore the Cayman line of cars. I think they are, in my opinion, a Cayman GT4 to me is my dream car. That's what I would want over anything else. I get Porsche now. I understand why people love it. Why so many people buy them. Why people obsess over Porsche. And I just want to say, I don't love the GT3 RS. I think the GT2 RS and the GT4 RS are way cooler cars, and I think they deserve more hype. The only reason why the 3 RS gets the hype it does is because of its racing history and the fastest Nuremberg time, all that. I am not a big fan of the GT3 RS. I think it's the most overhyped car in the world, and by the way, the 911 Turbo S is faster than that by like a half. 0.2 seconds, which nobody really talks about that. But Porsche S tier, I know their sales are tanking, but I'm like, well, don't sell a new 911, a base 911 for $150,000. That's a $110,000 car, if even that. Okay, Hyundai. I'm gonna put Hyundai in A tier as well. Same thing I've said with Kia goes with Hyundai. Fantastic designs, a little cheap on the inside, but that's what you get for the money. Pretty cars, they're fixing their reliability issues, and they're cheap. It's a good first car. Same thing with Kia. You know what? I'm being too grateful on these guys. I'm putting them in B. They're going to B. Okay. Mercedes. Mercedes is going in S tier for me. Before my newfound love for Porsche, Mercedes was the S tier German brand for me. I would take any Mercedes over any BMW any day of the week. Do not at me, don't come at me. That's just a factual statement I believe in my heart of hearts. I think they just Mercedes makes the best German engines, in my opinion. I think the Mercedes V8, regardless of size, regardless of generation, to me, is my favorite German engine. The Porsche Flat 6 is second. I think Mercedes makes really cool cars. I think their design language has evolved very well for the modern age. Now, I hate their new interiors. I think they look like just Lamborghini Uruses. They're bright colors everywhere, LED lights. It looks like it was made for a 6-year-old's attention span. I hate all the plushy, fake white pleather. I just don't like it. But yeah, they make the best German, overall to me, best German sports cars, in my opinion. They're my favorite. I really honestly think that Mercedes makes the best German sports cars. And I don't know if the C63 AMG is coming back with a V8. I've heard mixed rumors. I've heard that maybe it's coming with a turboed inline 6, which I guess is better than nothing. But come on, Mercedes, bring back the V8. Nobody's buying y'all's EVs. It's tanking y'all's company. Just, or at least bring them to the U.S., okay? Trump is making the emissions laws real chill over here, Germany. Bring us some cool cars. What's the name of that German what's it called? I'm really forgetful, guys. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm sorry. AMG GT images. Yeah, okay. I mean, how is this not the most beautiful car on earth? I mean, look at this thing. God. Oh, what a beautiful car. Sorry, I'm getting emotional here, guys. Let's check chat. Uh-oh. I steered for depreciation. What'd I miss? Move Kia down a notch. Yeah, hey man, I thought it. I did it. They're discontinuing the Soul. That's a good thing. S tier for depreciation. I'll give you that. Transmission or 8-speed for the K5 and above. Maserati's depreciation. Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah. Maserati's depreciation is going to be terrible. They're going to be terrible. Everyone knows it. I know it. They're garbage. I saw a joke once. It's the second you leave the parking lot for a Maserati dealer, it loses 40 grand in value. Heard the Levante is actually not bad reliability-wise. The MC20 is a cool, underrated supercar. I absolutely agree. The MC20 is so underrated. I see. There's one of those at the car show at the Post here in Houston. Every car show. It is gorgeous. What a cool car. I think they're overpriced, but really cool car. Heard Hyundai has some electrical problems with the Ioniq 5. I wouldn't doubt it, my friend. TVR, this is the kind of stuff I'm not into. Pugo, I'm not into it. I'm going to put them in B. I don't have much to say about... I had no idea I said this company's brand wrong. I've called it Lancia for my whole life. Apparently it's Lancia. That's what Euros have told me on freaking YouTube, so excuse me. But I've heard that these things are coming back. I don't know if that's real or not. I haven't researched that in like a year, but I've heard they're coming back with models. Let's look. I know they don't make anything today, but what? Centers on the stylish compact. No, 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 no. Sports cars. Okay, so that was not real. What I researched. False news, guys. Fake news. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the racing history is just incredible. I'd love to own one of these from the '90s. Um, yeah, like let's look at it. '90s. I mean, look at that, dude. Look at that. Gah, the wheels too, man. You remember when cars came with cool wheels? Do you remember that? Ugh. What a pretty, man. The Italians know how to make cars. Yeah, B tier. Ford, from our rubbish department. That's what my old boss used to say about Ford. Ford. So in the past, I used to really like Ford. I still like Ford. I think Ford is really. I wouldn't say they've gracefully stepped into the modern age of car making, but they've handled well. I think the Mustang has been handled very well. The Mustang will always sell a billion models. It always will. It's the American sports car. So they'll always make the 5.0. I think that's a good thing for the car enthusiast scene as a whole. The Dark Horse is a cool car. The GTD will be awesome. But Ford is missing something for me these days. I don't know what it is. I like the way the new quarter-ton trucks look. And the half-ton. But Ford just is missing something today. And I don't know what it is. I don't get thrilled about Ford today. I used to get really thrilled about Ford. I just don't think they're very interesting. I guess I'll have to wait till the GTD comes out and I catch it at some car shows maybe, but I don't know, man. I don't have much of an opinion on Ford. I'm going to put them in B. I don't think they're as bad as Chevy is today, but they can't be higher than B for me. American AMC. Bloop. F. They made the Gremlin. That's all I'll say. You guys know me. Y'all know me. Lexus. What do I love about Lexus? Well, where do I even begin? Lexus is an S tier. Shut up. Come on. Lexus. I have a lovely relationship with Lexus. I think Lexus makes the nicest luxury cars in the world. That's why they sell so many cars. Let me tell you, America loves Lexus. And America loves Toyota, but America loves Lexus. I don't know where my viewers right now live. I don't know where you guys live in the world or in the U.S. In Texas, Lexus is such a big deal that all of Houston, every single major sports facility, so we're talking the Astros, the Houston Texans, the Houston Rockets, I'm pretty sure they all have parking lots that are exclusively for Lexus. And I'm being so serious by that. At multiple theaters in downtown Houston, there is free parking for Lexuses. That's how much Houston loves Lexus. And it's not just Houston. Dallas loves Lexus. I know the Rangers Stadium, the baseball stadium, has Lexus exclusive parking. I used to own a Lexus, an IS250. It was the love of my life. I loved that car. I'd still have it today. The only reason why I got rid of it was because I was stupid when I bought it. It was my first car. The bottom was completely rotted out with rust. The rust was so bad, we had to put in new catalytic converters at 180,000 miles on it. And I couldn't do it because the bolts they couldn't do it because the bolts were so meshed on to the catalytic converter that uh, they have to lift the engine, and that was going to cost $4,000 to even replace the catalytic converter. So I said, screw it. I sold it and I got a Honda. But if that didn't happen, I sold that Lexus today. I love Lexus. They make the best Japanese V8s. I'd go as far as to say they maybe make the best V8s in the world. I'd take a Japanese V8 over a Mercedes V8. I think I'm a little worried for their future with sports cars. They got rid of the RCF, which by the way are still absurdly overpriced. They got rid of the RCF, and the only cool car they sell right now is the LC500, which also has a V8 in it, naturally aspirated V8. That's what I love. That's good. It's awesome. Probably the most beautiful coupe on earth. Their SUVs are awesome. They're killer. The LX, RX are awesome. The TX. I'm sorry, Lexus is S tier for me. Let's put Lexus at the front of S tier. Lotus, my father's favorite car brand. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I don't like British cars in general. I don't. I think British V8s, and I know there's no V8 in the Lotus. I understand that. I think British V8s are the most overrated V8s on earth. I think they're the most overrated V8s on earth. I don't think they sound as good as American, German, or Japanese V8s, or even Italian V8s. I have no passion for Lotus. I don't. There's a couple Lotuses here in my area of Houston, and man, I have no passion for Lotus at all. I'm gonna put them at B. I got no passion for them. But the fact that they made essentially Gucci-ized or Prada-ized the Toyota V6 is pretty freaking cool. I mean, I will say that Toyota V6, a supercharged V6 in that Lotus Emira, that thing screams. That's a cool engine. Let's check chat real quick. I've heard the Levante. Okay, sorry. Every single American manufacturer has fallen off of a cliff. I agree. But I think because of Trump's rulings on emissions, I think it's probably going to get better soon. Don't worry. The Bronco is also cool. I hope they make a Bronco Raptor R. Okay, I like it. I do like the Bronco. I've been tough on the Bronco in the past, but I don't mind them. Lexus is S tier, absolutely. AMC and F is crazy. Greenhawk loves AMC. What's going on, Greenhawk? LOL, give the Javelin some respect. The Eagle paved the way for the modern crossover 2. Best V8 and V10. Game. I did know they discontinued the RCF. Did not know. They did. They put out, I don't know if it was called like a Gran Turismo version or something like that, or GT. That was the last edition. I think he discontinued it last year. They discontinued the RCF, yeah. They're so absurdly overpriced, but they did. I cried that day. I cried very passionately. Freaking dog wants out. Alright, then for Jaguar, as I've been told to call it. Dude, the Euros in my comment section on my videos hate the way I say Jaguar. I don't know why they can't stand the way I say that word, but whatever. I speak freedom, not that T-talk, okay? Jaguar is, I can't take myself seriously saying that. Jaguar, they're F. I think, you know what, D. I'll put them in D. Jag is the epitome of what happens when modernism takes hold of business. And what do I mean by that? We all have seen the Jaguar advertisement. It's the ad. It's like it's a nuclear bombing. When I saw that, I thought it was like an AI spoof. Like I thought it was like a meme. I was like, that's hysterical that they do that. But it was real. And the prototype car, I don't know the name. I'm not going to bother learning the name. Looks terrible. It looks hideous. Jaguar has forgotten their history. They've forgotten their passion about cars. They've forgotten what made people love Jaguar. I think the what's their V8 coupe called? The F Type. Um, the F Type. I think the F Type will be seen as the last hurrah of Jaguar. Um,
Hey, can you pick up the kitchen before 7? Because that's when mom and dad are getting here.
yeah, sure.
Thank you.
In the middle of streaming, people come in. There's a sign on the door, but whatever, guys. The F Type. I have a great passion in my heart towards the F Type. I used to hate this car. I still kind of dislike the way the rear looks. I think it looks too blocky. It's like thick as hell, and I don't like it. Um, I hate thick cars. I don't like whatever. I have a family friendly channel. The Jag F Type, man. I hate the freaking wing. That looks so corny. But they sound pretty good. I think it's the last hurrah of Jaguar as a brand. And man, I feel bad for Jag. I got to get through these quick. I'm needed other places. I don't know these guys. I don't know what BAC is. I know I'm getting called a fake. Mercury, put Mercury in D. They made good, affordable cars for Americans at a point where there was not a lot of money in the country, or at least in the middle class's pocket. They're just Fords. You'll still see some of them on the road. I guess that means they're built kind of well. I don't know much about Mercury, but I know they don't exist anymore. They died in 2008, and that's all I got to say about Mercury. GMC, the gay man Chevy. How could Chevy get worse and think of GMC? GMC, they're unreliable. They're pieces of junk. They're every reliability issue that Chevy has is tenfold with GMC. GMC is hot trash. It's hot trash. Like, it's really bad. Their trucks get more unreliable. I know they're luxury, but they're not. They're just a high trim of a Chevy. I have nothing but hate for GMC in my heart. I can't stand GMCs. Jeep. I'm going to put Jeep in D as well. Man. The Hot Lap Clash was right on American cars. They have fallen off a freaking cliff. Holy crap. Jeep doesn't make cars for the kind of person I am, or the kind of interest I have. I think the Wrangler is ugly. I think it's gaudy. I think it's, they're cool for when they're used for overlanding and off-roading, but they never are. Listen, Jeeps are never used for that. Women love Jeeps. Little blonde chicks love Jeeps. They like to put their little ducks in the front window. They like their big pink cowboy boot air freshener on their mirror. How can you even see through the mirror? I don't understand it. You're seeing through the windshield, excuse me. Jeep was sissified, essentially. And they're into that. I guess Jeep sells well. I've never heard about financial crises with Jeep. The Wrangler will always sell well. It's the most American car on earth. Yeah, that's all I got to say about Jeep. Audi, or Audi, as I've heard some people say. I'm not calling it that. I'm putting Audi in A. I know Audi is an unreliable piece of crap. I know it is. We've all seen the memes of a timing chain in an Audi engine. We've all seen it. But I think Audi, they look beautiful. They look so pretty. Man, I'm telling you, Audi SUVs, Audi sedans, Audi sports cars, they look so beautiful. I mean, it's kind of like what Mazda did, Audi did, because I did not like the way Audis used to look. I thought they were too round. They looked so Volkswagen-y. They weren't visually interesting. Oh, speaking of Audi visually interesting, I got so much flack for a video I made where I thought that the refreshed version of the Audi R8 looked better. People, I thought I like freaking said a slur on a video because you would have thought I killed somebody. No, I like the way that the modern R8 looks more than the previous generation. Sue me. I think it looks cooler. It looks more like a supercar. It doesn't just look like a rip-off Bugatti with these weird dome style, whatever. Audi A tier for sure. Not the reliability wise. It sucker's leaking oil. Speaking of the G80, BMW is a C for me. I've thought about putting it in B, but BMW is kind of like what Porsche was 2 years ago. You know, the G2 RS was the internet car, was the TikTok car. Now it's the G80 M3 in the M4. That is the car that every mouth-breathing guy wants on the internet. That's what every kid, you go to a car show, you see a kid losing his mind about a G80 M3. And I don't get it. When I look at a crowd of G80s that all look the same, they're all stock wheels, everything. Everyone talks about, I want the M performance exhaust. I want to spend $5,000 on a performance exhaust. I'm like, oh, but anyway, I see no passion in BMWs today. Maybe 10 years ago I did, but I don't see it today. I don't see any passion in the M5, in the M4, in the M3. I will say, I do like the M2. I got Trump hands right now, sorry. I do like the M2. I've always liked the M2. I will always love it. I think it is the last true BMW, because a BMW is not supposed to be a land yacht. It's not supposed to be this freaking big. It's supposed to be small. It's a tossable car. It's supposed to handle well. It's supposed to corner well. It's supposed to feel good. Throw it in rowing gears, you know? It's supposed to feel good. It's not supposed to feel like you're hauling a bed of freaking cast iron, you know what I'm saying? Bricks. BMW lost their way, and I actually don't think BMW is going to get better, because I think BMW is going to be one of the first brands to start getting rid of M3s and M4s. I think they're going to start making lamer and lamer engines, because BMW is kind of trending that way. Okay? I don't mind their SUVs. I think the X5, the X4, stuff like that are pretty cool. The XM5 comes with a V8. I didn't know Mercedes still made V8s. But yeah, BMW's a C. Shoot me, I don't care. I'm over BMW fans. Volvo, B, I guess. They're Chinese. I don't really like supporting Volvo. I'm a pretty patriotic guy. I don't like Volvo. I understand they're not from China, but they're built in China. They're old people cars. Buick, C. I actually don't mind Buick at all. I think their new car, their new crossover is pretty cool looking. I think it's a cool, affordable, good gas mileage type car. I don't have many opinions on Buick. I don't have much to say about them. I think Buick is just, run of the mill. I have heard they're thinking about making sports cars again. I have heard that, and you know what? Screw it. Do it, Buick. Do it. I dare you. Let's check chat real quick. If the Toyota GR-GT is as good as the leaks, it will be crazy. I agree. Modern Audis are worse than they used to be. In what way? Do you mean like performance-wise, visually-wise, reliability-wise. Audi doesn't make any convertible these days. Okay, I'm not much of a convertible guy, but I can understand why people like them. Honestly, the only problem I have with modern BMW is the designs. They look so awful. I agree. I actually think they sound terrible, too. I think a G80 sounds like a wet can of farts. Interiors, I said. Did you? Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, man. My bad. Audi interiors are worse than they used to be. I don't think visually, in my opinion, personally for me, I don't think they look terrible. I bet the materials aren't as good at all. I think the materials are probably way worse, as they generally are with most modern luxury cars. Interiors, I said. Okay. BMW C is crazy, but I agree if you were only looking at the brand now and not the past. Yeah, I at first said that I was going to look at brands overall through the past as well. I kind of realized that that's not how I want to think about this list. That's just not what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna think about it as right now. And yeah, BMW just is at C for me, man. I don't get the hype at all. I know the 3 Series can be tuned to the moon. I get it. G80 M3 downpipe and tune. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating though. I have not seen a single influencer with an M3. They all get the M4 for some reason. I meant to say the M4. I know I said the M3. My bad, bro. Bad will. Yeah, man. They love the M4. I don't know why. And the M3 looks better than the M4 these days. So, I don't know, man. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they love the M4 so much. I guess it's all hype. It's all hype. That's all it is. Shelby at S. Not much to say there. They're cool, man. They're just cool. GT350, GT500. Come at me. Tesla. I'm put Tesla at B. I don't hate Tesla as much as everyone does. I don't hate EVs. I hate when brands that make gas cars replace gas cars with EVs. I don't like that. But if you're just a brand that makes EVs, I don't care. Like, cool. Teslas are cool, man. I don't like their interiors, but I think the newest generation of all the interiors, all the models, I think the exteriors look beautiful. I think they look really cool. Caterham, S. History-wise, S. I'm just putting them in S. Here's my hot take. Bugatti's a B. A B at best for me. I have never loved Bugatti design. I think they look... Yeah, bro, like, what is going on, man? I have never loved Bugatti design. I don't have Norton. That's obviously a scam. Dude, tier list, get a hold of your freaking website. Bugatti is... I think their design language is so freaking dull. I think it looks the same every single time they come out with a new car. W16s just aren't insanity to me. I understand that. I think they sound not very good. Like, Bugattis are so... They're so beyond anything that, like, it's very uninteresting for me. That's why supercars aren't very interesting for me. And I don't think a Bugatti's an exotic. I think it's a hype... Well, excuse me, it's not a supercar, it's a hypercar. I don't think hypercars are very interesting. They just aren't for me. There comes a point where so much... They look all crazy and they're so fast, it's just not interesting for you, man. There's not a lot of character to hypercars. I have seen a couple Bugattis in person, though. The Houston Rockets owner's son owns one. He brought it to a show once. Yeah, they're cool to see. No opinion on Peugeot. No opinion on him. Peugeot, whatever, I don't care. Toyota is an easy S tier. I think Toyota has figured out how to cater to modern sports car audiences. I think they make the best sports cars in Japan right now. I'd say maybe the world. Outside of Porsche, Toyota makes the best sports cars right now. I think the GR86 is an awesome car. Is it slow? Yeah, but also weighs nothing. I wish they weren't so expensive. I think the GR Supra is an awesome car. I understand it's a BMW. It's not. It just shares an engine. Everything else is and the transmission. Everything else is Toyota. The GR Yaris is awesome, even though we don't have it in the U.S. The GR Corolla is freaking beautiful. It's probably my favorite hatchback in the world. And then the GTGR, GRGT that's coming out, obviously amazing. Their supposed Celica remake and MR2 remakes, I'm going to be very interested to see. We're going to see how good that actually is. I don't know if it'll be anything interesting, but we're going to see. We're going to see how it goes. Yeah, man. Toyota's a S. Oh, excuse me. I'm about to end stream here soon, guys. I'm getting tired. Dodge. Dodge is A for me. Dodge is my favorite American car brand. I know the reliability issues are bad, but Dodge makes my favorite American V8 personally. I think they make the Hemi is my favorite American V8. It always will be. And their larger engines. I think there is no better car if you want speed, muscle, and power from the factory, OEM, from the dealer, than Scat Packs and Hellcats. And even just base RTs. I think that they are the best sounding American engines, and I get a lot of crap for saying that, but I think they're the best sounding American engines. Hemis themselves, I think, are probably the most reliable engine, American V8s too. Everything else is just kind of an issue with Dodge. But I think Dodge is my favorite American company, American automaker. Please put the V8 back in the coupes. Please, Dodge. They're so close to doing it. I can feel it. They're putting the V8s back in the Rams. They're making the TRX again. Make the Challenger, Charger, make them awesome, okay? Please. I would kill for a Scat Pack. I think they're so cool. Abarth, B, like I said with Fiat, I think they're cool cars. Hummer, F tier. I think Hummer is the epitome of wastefulness and blah. They're Humvees. Hummer is so pre 2008 America, isn't it? Like, it's just the epitome of American to me, the Hummer, and I kind of love them for that, but they're just ugly. I hate them. They're hideous. They're hideous cars. They're just dressed up Humvees. I don't know what Eagle is. I'm probably going to get flamed in the chat for that. Pagani, again, here's where I'm going to get in trouble here. Pagani's at I'm gonna put Pagani in B as well. I don't find any entertainment from hypercars at all. Pagani, I don't like the way they look. I think they look stupid. They have so much gold and excess metal, and they're over designed, and I don't think Paganis are that awesome. I understand seeing one is insanity. I've seen a couple in real life. They're just not for me, bro. Excuse me, guys. Pagani, mid for me. B tier. They're right there with Bugatti. Ariel, I guess B. Ariel's B. Mini, C. I think Mini Cooper's in a lot of trouble. When they first came out, Mini Coopers were kind of beloved by the car enthusiast scene, which is weird to think about. Mini Coopers were like this weird, exotic, British four-door boxy thing, and their engines were capable, they're cool looking, they're bizarre, and now it's kind of run out. Like, they're like, Minis are like just blah. It's like the same thing over and over and over again. We're going to see if BMW can run them very well. I don't know if they will. They'll probably run it into the ground. I don't think Mini will be around for another decade. I don't think they will. I don't know if they'll see 2030. Nissan, I'm going to put Nissan at A. because personally, for me, Nissan has always made the coolest sports car engines in Japan. They've always been the most powerful sports engines. They've always been maybe not the best sounding, but they've always been the coolest. Dude. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, man, I gotta go to sleep. The VQ engines, they sound like garbage. They're unreliable, but they're so capable. They're so powerful. You get so much power out of nothing. The 350Z, the 370Z, the 400Z, and everything else. I mean, they're just the R35 GTR. They're just such capable cars, and the GTR sounds good, but everything else, they sound terrible, but they're so capable and they're so fast. And I think they all look really good. Opel, no idea, no opinion. Guys, I cannot stop yawning. I'll put Subaru at A for me. I've always been a fan of Subaru. I like the Crosstrek, the Outback, all that. I think they've neutered the WRX so bad that the WRX probably will never recover reputation-wise. I've heard rumors about a STI coming back, but I wouldn't count on it. Subaru doesn't seem to be interested in cool cars anymore. And I understand it. They sell well in the U.S., family SUVs in hatchbacks and stuff like that. Crossovers, they sell well. If that's what Subaru wants to do it, man. I don't care. Land Rover, C tier. I'm not a fan of Land Rover. Land Rover never have been. They're the most unreliable car brand on earth. Pieces of junk. They don't sound very good to me. Moving on. They're just for rich white women. McLaren, I'm putting S tier. One of the only British automakers I like, and I used to really dislike McLaren. I used to not be a very big fan of them. I still don't. It's such a bad stream. I apologize. I used to think that McLaren sound terrible, and I still think it. I think small V8s don't sound very good to me. Like 3.8 liter V8s, they sound like fart cans to me. I think the P1 sounds terrible. It looks just as good as the LaFerrari 918 and all that. I think they have the coolest interiors out of any exotic. I think it's Lamborghini and McLaren in the same wavelength interior-wise. I think they're luxurious enough, they're fancy enough, they're eye-catching enough, and they're sporty enough. And McLaren is way sportier than Lamborghini's interiors because Lamborghini interiors are more geared towards being more luxurious. I understand it. That's Lamborghini's business model. McLaren's interiors are pure sport. There's actual plastic in McLaren's, and that's for weight. There's carbon, there's Alcantara, and that's it, and I like it. Saab is a tier for me. I love Saab. You know, I don't get enough sleep. I hate working 9 to 5. Saab is the brand. Oh, I haven't checked chat in a freaking long time. Got 36 views on the live so far. It's not bad. Okay. I've never understood top speed hypercars anyway. A 4,500 pound brake on wheels. I agree. But the V16 and the Tourbillon or Tourbillon. I don't bill on. I mean, it's cool. It's a feat of engineering. Like it's one of the greater pieces of engine making on Earth ever. It's just not interesting to me. That's what Bugatti is. Yep. Holden S, bro, that was Holden. What? Oh, I don't have an opinion on Holden, brother. I'm sorry. Oh shoot, that was Holden. My fault, man. I still don't have an opinion on them, but my bad. Bro, same lion. I'm sorry. Bro doesn't know the Eagle Talon. Sorry, man. Don't look at Mini interior either. Genuinely horrifying. My mom rented a Mini once, a Mini Cooper, and yeah, the interior is weird. They're small, man. They're made for little Europeans. President of the Eagle Talent. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. um. Yeah. All right, we're almost done here, guys. Lamborghini S tier. Over time, I've started to like Lamborghini a lot more than I used to. Lamborghini is that kind of brand that like I think is aging well. I think Lambo is making cars that their fans still like and that their buyers still like. I think Lamborghinis in the past are beautiful. I just think Lamborghinis in general. Is it weird that I think that a Lamborghini is an I made it car more than Ferrari is? I've always thought and felt that. Like, I always have thought that. And I don't know why. It's just something about a Lambo that feels more I made it than a Ferrari. And that's weird, but that's just how I feel, man. Bentley, A tier. I used to think Bentley was seriously a C tier. I would put them C tier. I think their logo was stupid and dumb. I think a big old B in the middle looks stupid to me. Aside from that, the Continental GT is one of the sickest cars on earth. I'll always think that. And not the modern generation, but the previous gen with the 4 headlights on front. I don't like the new one. I think it looks so generic. The previous generation Continental GT, mwah. The Bentley Bentayga, I think, is a pretty cool looking luxury truck, even though I refuse to call those things trucks. I think it's pretty cool looking. Yeah, man. And then their sedan, the Flying Spur, I think is sedan, you could call it that. Is Flying Spur is awesome too. I'd take a Bentley over a Rolls Royce any day, but I do think that Rolls Royce is probably more reliable than Bentley. Now, Koenigsegg's the only S tier hypercar brand for me, just because I really like Christian von Koenigsegg. I think he's a really cool guy, and I think he just gets people really well. I mean, the fact that he said his favorite sports car is a Miata says something about him. I like their designs more than Bugatti and Pagani. I think their logo was cool. I think the little Phantom Ghost is freaking sick. I think it's one of the coolest logos I can think of. Yeah, Koenigsegg is where it's at, man. I wish they were here in the U.S. Lincoln is a D for me. I think Lincoln kind of fell apart once they got rid of the. Was it called the Lincoln Continental? Their main luxury flagship sedan. Let me know in the comments. But once they got rid of that for me, there was no point in liking Lincoln anymore. Now they just make luxury ripoffs of established Ford SUVs and larger SUVs. They're very fancy inside. I've been inside a couple Lincolns. They're so fancy. But they're not Cadillac. I will always say that. I think Lincoln is more catered towards old people. Chrysler's an F tier for me. When the 300 was still around, the SRT 300, I thought it was really cool. I think Chryslers are built like crap. And the only car they still sell are 2 minivans. And a hybrid minivan, so technically 3. Chrysler is a hysterical failure of a company. They did not evolve in the early 2010s like they should have. Instead of coming out with SUVs and crossovers like what the public wanted at the time, they came out with a budget, cheap sedan, which was the Chrysler 200, and that's not what sold in the early 2010s, and it's not what sells now. And I think just so many decisions that Chrysler makes is the reason why they're an F tier, man. They're a failure of a brand. Smart, D for the sheer weird factor of it. I remember when I was young when an electric car was a novel idea. Like, I remember when an electric car was like, that's so exotic, that's crazy. Like, an electric car. And they looked so weird. They're just stupid little cars, and I put them in D just for the simple sake of existing. Like, they're so crazy. The Caddy goes straight in S tier for me. Cadillac is the only good thing that General Motors has got going right now, in my opinion. Cadillac will always be awesome. I think their cars are so over the top and they're awesome. The CT4 is an awesome sedan. The CT5 is amazing. The CT5V Blackwing, in my opinion, is the coolest muscle sedan right now. With you can get a almost 800 horsepower sedan with a manual in 2025, and it's from it's from Cadillac. Don't forget that, man. Cadillac's fire. Scion. Put Scion in B. I'll put him in C. I used to really. The first sports car I ever liked as a kid was the Scion FRS. The Scion FRS was such a. It was the first time I had noticed a car as a little kid, was the Scion FRS. I thought they were the coolest things on earth, and I still think the FRS is really cool. It's a really sweet little car, and it sucks that Scion doesn't exist anymore. I think that Scion would work quite well today. Kind of marketed in that Kia Hyundai segment of cheap. Of something that a young person can buy and take with them to college and, have things work out. I've always thought that Scion would operate and work very well today, and it just sucks that they failed when they failed, because Scion, I think, is a very cool little brand, and I think that it's really depressing that they're gone. The Mac Daddy. Aston Martin. S tier, baby. S tier Aston Martin. Aston Martin, in my opinion, is the pinnacle of British automaking right now. It's not McLaren. It is current, right now, the peak of British automaking is Aston Martin. I think Aston Martin makes the best looking British or English cars right now, the best sounding English cars. And dude, that green color that Aston has is so beautiful. I mean, Aston Martin, man. Let's look at some Aston Martins real quick. Aston Martin. The DB11. So beautiful, bro. They're so pretty. Out of the Vantage. Anyway, guys, I just had some family head over. They just got in. So I'm going to end the stream here. I thank you guys so much for watching. These guys, they would have all been F tier. So just letting you guys know that now. Let me go through some chats real quick. Don't look at the main tier. Yeah, I agree. Seems the go-to car when someone gets rich is a Huracan or Urus. I agree. Navigator, Lincoln Navigator. Okay. All right. The last gen Continental is amazing. I don't care. I agree. Fastest Hell 2 with a 3.0 turbo. Yes, sir. CT5V Blackwing is literally a better Camaro Z01. Cooking, Jeff. You're cooking. It's a better RS7. I like it. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to start live streaming a lot more. I really enjoy it. So, yeah, guys. Be on the lookout. Maybe I'll stream for maybe 2 hours here and there. I think streaming is a great way to get some hype around your name. So I'm going to keep doing that. So, yeah, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see y'all later, okay? Y'all have a blessed night.